Hi, and welcome back to Fit Feeling Good. Happy Wednesday. I am Meg, your host, and this is the podcast where we talk all things fitness, food, and feeling good. So happy to have you along, and today we're just going to go ahead and do that weekly grocery shopping recap from week 1. So I want to just talk about how it went, the good, the bad, the ugly, maybe the marvelous. So there were some good things about it as well. So let's go ahead and start again. Just a little recap of what I talked about last week. How I went through our whole house looking for dry goods, dairy, all of the lists and aisles we could think of, even to household goods with that laundry detergent. And then from that, I did a menu for the week, what we were going to grill, what we could move from the freezer to the fridge, and what we already had. So then I made the list from what we had and what the menu was going to be and what was needed as far as household products like aluminum foil and stuff like that. But I really didn't even need that much stuff from that aspect. So that was great. So we go to the grocery store, we do our shopping, and the week gets started. Now I get pretty nervous even on that first day because I think I told you we bought those 6 cookies and I really had to hold back or figure out how I was going to do that. So I think that first day on Sunday, I was very nervous, not in a bad way, just about my planning. I thought, well, maybe we are going to have to do a bigger shopping list because I felt that the food we had and my menu maybe was just a little too small and I wasn't, focused out enough to see the big picture of, gosh, 1 bag salad for 2 days really wasn't enough. So there were a few things that I was watching out for at the beginning because I really wanted to make it till that next Saturday when I knew we were going to go grocery shopping. So my eggs, it was perfect. That last Saturday, we're going shopping Saturday night. So Saturday morning, I used the last of the eggs, the last of the bacon, the onions and the peppers. I was pretty at the very end, just using a little strip of bell pepper for our eggs or anything we needed. And the onion, I probably should have gotten an extra onion. Fruit, I was totally fine with. That's one thing that I'll need to look into because I bought 4 bananas and they were probably all the same ripeness. And I bought probably a little bit greeny yellow or yellowy green. They were probably more greeny yellow, so a little more yellow. But by the end of the week, that is something I probably would have gone to the store for before is fruit, because by the end of the week, the last banana I had was pretty ripe. So I think there are some tips and tricks if you have any about how to store bananas if you're trying to get through the week of eating those same. I guess I could gobble them up, at the very beginning of the week. So for this grocery trip, I only bought 2 bananas. And then I bought some nectarines and oranges instead. I thought those might last a little bit better. Maybe I could keep them in the fridge and then just take them out when I wanted to use them. But that was the one thing. I think the bananas I felt got a little ripe, or they were totally fine, but riper than the typical ripeness I would normally enjoy. So, and then as far as snacks, we did actually really great. I had some chips and salsa. I think I just finished that perfectly. And because I knew that grocery shopping and end of the week was coming, I had it in my mind to just, okay, I've got 3 more days left of this salsa. Let's let this jar last. And then 2 more days. So that was great. Now, the only thing I would also say is when we went grocery shopping this Saturday, I feel like we overbought. So we still did the same thing, saw what we had. I did the same situation with counted the eggs and bacon strips, but because I knew of the onion, but I thought, well, we made chili for the first time this season. yesterday on Sunday. So I was really excited to make that chili, and I wanted to have, enough of the beans and enough of the onions I wanted. So I did buy a few onions. And then my husband also wanted to go back to a little bit of the keto recipes we were doing a while ago. So I made the menu, but then also, a bag of avocado were a lot cheaper if you just bought a few, and I know we will eat them. So there were a few things where I think, oh, I probably didn't need 4 avocados. I could probably use 3, but so probably bought a little bit more this trip. And we had some batteries we needed. But all in all, the grocery week went really well. So this week on the menu, we made our chili yesterday, and that was just through football and, the fall's coming. So gosh, first chili of the season is always so nice, even though it was still pretty warm. Totally tasty. Ate that through all day yesterday. Now, I like a little dollop of sour cream on my chili, so I did buy the smallest one they had. So I'm going to try to find some ways that I can use that. So again, if you have any suggestions for sour cream, I thought I could mix it in my scrambled eggs. That might make it really creamy with a little tang. And I did buy a can of tuna because I was craving tuna. So I thought, well, maybe I could do a little sour cream with the mayonnaise, because I have seen people make tuna or chicken salad with Greek yogurt even, but I definitely want to find a way to use up that sour cream in a different way because the chili will be gone. I didn't get anything like tacos or taco meat to make tacos, so I know really there's not anything on the menu that I could know right now that I will use it for, but I will. Okay, so we're going to do a couple grilling nights. We had some burgers in the freezer still, moved those to the fridge. We had some pork chops, so that's really exciting. And then for the vegetables, I did get the bag salad again, but I also did get more vegetables because the last week, the only thing we had was a box of romaine, the 2 bag salads, 1 onion, and then 2 peppers. And what was the last thing? 2 tomatoes, 2 big tomatoes. So again, I did almost all of that, but we also got green beans, asparagus, and zucchini. So just a little bit of each of those so I could use the air fryer because I'm really not ready to roast them in the oven yet. So I'm excited how it goes. And then the one thing ever since today started, I realized last week we bought pretzel rolls for sandwiches because we had ham and turkey lunch meat, and then of course the tomatoes and the lettuce that I bought. But I didn't buy any bread. I didn't buy any bread. That's okay. That was okay because I think in my mind I had that keto recipe. So my husband and I are probably going to eat off a little bit this week, where dinners and of course, the pork chops and the salads and the vegetables we'll eat together. But I know I want to make that tuna salad. So I got the celery and onion and the tuna for that. And I'll probably use that sour cream. Anyway, so that's going really well. I did rebuy those same cookies. So I have half a cookie every day to look forward to, which I'm excited about that. And yeah, the only thing is I really need to get kind of moving. So I've been at the computer a little bit more. Carrie and I have been working really hard on redesigning Health and Home. We're thinking about changing our logo. If you have not been over to Redesigning Health and Home, take a look at that logo and send me an email or maybe a comment through redesigningshealthandhome@gmail.com and let me know what you think about that. So just been working at the computer a little bit. And here we go. There's a few things that I thought about trying to up my wellness game this week while I am trying to do this mental challenge of the grocery shopping. So when I wake up in the morning, I drink a ton of water. I think that's just been a habit forever. I just wake up, I fill a huge tumbler or 2, and I just drink it. I love how it starts my day. I almost feel the visualization of me being a raisin, then plumping back up, and it boosts my energy levels, and it costs nothing. And you can add lemon or cucumber if you'd like, but I love just chugging that glass of water. So I really want to maintain that. And then maybe add 1 or 2 more of those throughout the day. I don't know about you, but I take my vitamins at night, maybe an hour before I go to bed. Now, this is really interesting, maybe not interesting to you, but on my calcium bottle, it said you should remain upright. So then I thought, shoot, I probably need to be taking these in the afternoon or in the morning. So I have to look through that. I mean, don't quote me. Maybe I dreamt I read that, but I'll have to revisit why that is or what that meant. And then I love doing bedside stretches, but I'm thinking about doing a mini morning stretch, bedside stretch, just like I do bedside before I crawl into bed. So I can incorporate that water with stretch before and water with stretch before bed. That would be wonderful. And I read one really cute idea. This is the last thing I'm going to say. So I was looking about this grocery store kind of challenge that I'm on, and it was cute. One of the suggestions said, repurpose some of your maybe surplus if you have. Let's say I buy oatmeal and I don't use it all. It said make a face mask out of it. And I thought, oh, that's so cute. And I might even go ahead and give that a try because I'm really trying to perfect this maybe. I don't think there is such a thing as becoming a perfect shopper that way. And this is, like I was mentioning last week, this is really brand new and I'm really trying, but I want to work on that weekly grocery shopping list, maybe become a master. I just watched a YouTube help video, and the quote was, you have to become a disaster before you can become a master. If this is your quote, please take credit for it. I do not have the person that quoted that, but I think that really rings true and makes a ton of sense to me. So I will probably be talking about this grocery shopping for a while because I am a little bit of a disaster right now, but I do hope to become that master with that. And then also just up my overall wellness game in general. Well, if you're listening to Fit Fed Feeling Good on podcast, I would welcome you to come on over to YouTube. I've been trying to do these little 60-second movement shorts. Just if you're sitting in a chair scrolling, I want you to stand up and get marching with me. 60 seconds, move your body, loosen up a little bit, get a little blood circulation, and I sure hope you will join me. So go over to YouTube, Fit Fed Feeling Good, and keep joining me here on Wednesdays. I really appreciate it. The thing that has left me fit fed feeling good this week was we took a ferry ride on our car across a river, and that was a lot of fun. It was a little wild because I said, oh my gosh, should we be keeping life vests in the car? Because you stay in the car and it's almost a barge, and there's a boat that's attached to this big platform, and the cars drive on the platform, and that tugboat boat I'm sure it's, motoring you across the river, and then you drive on off. So that was a ton of fun and such a new, unique experience. Well, I am so happy you joined me. Thank you so much, and I will see you next Wednesday.